Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Deco Pro Medium tablet by XP Pen. So this is the box it comes in, and it's fairly large. So it's still got the wrapping on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and start taking it off. So XP Pen got in touch with me and wanted to send me this tablet in exchange for an honest review. And I was like, sure, I would absolutely love to check it out. Oh, look at the cute little thing. I don't know what kind of an animal it is, but it's so adorable. It looks like a fennec fox, maybe. So on the upper side has this little foam thing, I guess, to keep the tablet from being damaged while it's in transit. And then we have the beautiful tablet. Oh, wow. Oh, it's really thin, like nicely thin. So I'm going to open this casing up. All right. I was just going to be like, why is the screen so dirty? But no, it's actually like a little filament paper that protects the screen as well. Very nice. Oh, and it's so soft. There we go. So the tablet itself is very, very lightweight. I like that, because I often have times where I like to transport my tablets. So I have a desktop and a laptop, and sometimes I like to interchange between the two. And it's nice that having something like this so light comes in handy. So I've got the little ring, and it moves around pretty smoothly. The middle button, or the middle circular area, is not a button, it seems. So that's interesting. But these are the buttons that you configure to be your short keys. And I'm assuming it can be this way or turned around this way for left and right hand users. And then we have this, which I'm assuming holds my pen and nibs. It says here we have 8 pen nibs, which we do. Very cool. And then if you unscrew the other side, you have your pen. It's an interesting stand, I suppose. I'm trying to figure out. It's basically just a case. I don't think I'd consider it a stand. I mean, I suppose you could have it stand on your desk like that. And then this is the pen, and we have like a black tip, silver ring area here with the silver backing and a black grip, and then our little right left click buttons, and then it says XP Pen on it. All right, and then I'm going to see what this is. Seems to be all my paper information. So we've got our warranty policy, and then site informations to download drivers/manuals, quick guide for the XP Pen drawing tablets for Android devices, and a note from XP Pen, and then it just has their information on the backside. And then another quick guide. And lastly, the glove. Seems to be pretty popular with tablets nowadays. And so this is the USB cord, with this side connecting to the tablet and this side connecting to whatever device you are going to be working on. And they also include these USB adapters, which can be plugged into cell phones. And that's really cool because if you notice, there are 2 quick guides here. I said the first one was the quick guide for the XP drawing tablets for Android devices. And the second is just the quick guide for the Deco Pro Small and Medium. So this is your general quick guide. And then this is just the quick guide to connect your tablet to your cell phones and use apps that have pressure sensitivity to draw on cell phone devices or larger Android kind of tablet devices. So I thought that was really interesting. And so the actual active area is about 11 inches by 6 inches. The pen also has pressure sensitivity of 8,192 levels, which is more than enough. Definitely will mimic how drawing in real life is. And the tablet itself is applicable with Windows, Mac, and Android. So I'm going to go ahead and draw something up with it. Okay, so right now I've went ahead and opened up my art program of choice, which is Paint Tool Sci. So I'm first going to try out just the pen pressure and just see how it is. And I feel it's pretty standard. My lines are flowing really well, and I can go from really, really soft to really, really strong in the same sort of stroke and in between. And one of the things is when I plugged it in, I noticed that the wheel lights up just like in the inner ring area right here, and it's very, very soft. It's not like garishly like bright like an LED kind of brightness or strength. And these little corners light up as well. I'm not sure if my camera's catching this little light, but those are some things that I did want to point out that I personally really like. I really like that design. And so I'm going to go back to drawing. I'm going to erase all this. And pretty much I'm just going to go through a demo of just sketching something up. So I usually put my base layer to gray because I don't really enjoy working on bright white. It kind of overwhelms the eyes after a while. And then I just use my pencil tool to start sketching. I just turned my pen around to erase, but I don't have an eraser on this pen. Did I notice that before? I don't think I did. So, I mean, it's not the biggest of deals. You could easily just use your right side of the pen and just select the eraser and just go back and forth. Or you can set up your express keys and make it even more easier. All the express keys, wheel, buttons on the pen are all customizable and just easy to edit. I'm feeling kind of in the Christmassy mood since we're so close to celebrating Christmas. I figured I'll do a Christmas girl. I could do a redraw this. I had this one character that I drew for Christmas. It's horrendous. I drew it in like 2006. I don't even know. I think I might do that. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do another redraw. All right. And then since my sketch is feeling like pretty heavy, I'm going to go ahead and lighten it and make a new layer. And I usually change my color up too. This way I can start getting more detailed. And I've just set up my key here to undo certain things. Like I'm not really too crazy about how this eyelid is looking, so I'm gonna just go back on that. There we go. And then sometimes I flip it to make sure things are looking kind of good from both ways. This is just one of those ways that you can check to make sure nothing looks seriously wonky. And then the wheel here is pretty easy to zoom in and out. I think that's like my favorite feature of this. And I would call this sketch finished. And I sometimes just go ahead and start messing around with features. Like I feel her nose is a little too low, so I'll just select it and just kind of move it around a bit. But now it feels too separated from her lips, so I'll move her lips a bit to kind of get it looking, I don't know, correct, I guess you could say. And then I'll look at it from both sides, and I would say it looks pretty good. So then I just create a new layer, and then I lighten my sketch up in order to do some line art. And you can use the wheel to tilt the canvas depending on how you customize it. And then I really made this hair pretty wavy. So I went ahead and I created another layer. I get really layer happy, and I do that because I want my lines to be as smooth as possible. And so it just takes a lot of, I don't know, trial and error, I guess you could say. So like right here, I'm trying to get this swoop to happen, but I'm not liking what I'm creating. So I'm just basically just redoing it, trying to change up my angle every few tries until finally I get it. And I think I like that. Maybe. I don't know. I may change it. I'm very indecisive. Okay, I changed it. I like this better. But the reason for these crazy multiple layers is so that I can go in and erase lines that overlap without erasing the lines that, need to be there. So for instance, I have this line overlapping over the ear, but the ear is what should be showing. So I'm just going to erase this line behind here without having the issue of erasing the ear. So that's why I'm crazy about layers. And I have it going on here on her face. So I'll just erase her chin, and voila, like magic. Oh, and her eyebrow. And there we go. This fur I'm drawing looks like the beginning of a Russian hat. I'm not sure what those hats are called, but like I want to just make it square up top now. But no, it's a Santa hat. So I'm going to finish that up. Oh, that came out nice. I love when I just do a line and I just have it come out exactly the way I wanted it to. All right, and that completes my line art. So I just go ahead and delete my sketch. And that's that. And then I just take my selection tool and I start selecting areas that I'm going to start just bulk coloring, sort of just laying down my base layers. So this is going to be the skin, and the selection tool doesn't get all the nooks and crannies. So I'll just select the selection pen, and that basically does just quickly get certain areas. And even with the time that it takes to make sure I select all those little missed areas, it's still faster, in my opinion, with coloring in base colors. And so I'm finishing up all my base colors. And I'm not a huge fan of the color scheme that I went with back in 2006, but I still want to keep it reminiscent to what I created. So I'll be keeping it because I don't want to make the redraw too completely unrecognizable. And so now I'm just adding shading and giving this character just more lifelike dimension to her. And I think I'm having my light source come down like from this area. So it's going to be hitting right here on this part of her face. So that leads me to shade in this area. And so let me just take that mess I just made away. There we go. And keep on shading. And then once I've got strong shadows, I tend to just blend them out just so I have a softer look. And then I go in with a darker color and just get smaller areas where I feel there would be even less light. Usually under her nose and the nostril sort of area, under the eyes and the upper eyelids, and definitely under the neck and in the deeper part of the ears. And then I go through again with my watercolor brush and blend it out some more. And then I start doing highlights just in small certain areas. And they're pretty strong now, but I also plan to smooth them out like so. But it gives the skin a really nice glowy effect, and I really like it. Could be more of a stylized kind of look. And then in the original piece, I gave her really barely noticeable sort of lip color. So I'm just making it kind of pinky, and then I'm going to go with an even lighter color for her bottom lips. One of the things I did was I also looked up reviews on this tablet because I like to see how other people's opinions either relate or differ from mine. And one comment that stood out to me was somebody felt that the tablet itself was rather heavy. And that kind of surprised me because my first impression of the weight was that I felt it was actually quite light. At the same time, I've only ever owned Wacom's. The only other tablet that I've used has been Parblo, and that was light because it was small. So that was kind of expected in my opinion. All right, pretty much almost done. Just got to finish up the hat and the fur and the bow. But I'm really liking it, despite the fact that I've got like a clash of colors happening with the orange and the red eyes. Feel like I'll definitely be able to pull it together in a nice sort of way. And so the hat and the bow I just added some quick shading to, and now I'm working on this fur she has. And fur can be kind of tricky to color. I kind of try and treat it just like hair because it is hair in a sense, but I don't want to make it look too silky. And I think that works for that area. Then I'm just going to do the hat and the little puff on the tip of her hat. And then I'm going to change my background back to white. And I'm thinking I might add a little Merry Christmas kind of hand lettering right over here. I don't know. I'm terrible at hand lettering when it comes to tablets. Why am I so terrible at this? Yeah, I'm terrible at this. So I'm just going to backtrack and forget about it. And then maybe I'll just add a little speech bubble, something cute. And there we go. It's Instagram ready. Overall, I had a ton of fun working with this tablet. And if you're interested, you can find it on Amazon.com. The medium that I have here is $129.99, but they also have a slightly smaller version for $99.99, as well as an extra percentage off coupon for, I believe, Prime members. Or it may be for everybody. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it ranges from 25% extra off of the small tablet, and 30% for the medium. Overall, though, the quality of this tablet and how it performed was extremely comparable to the Wacom tablets that I owned, and for a much better price in my opinion. So, if you enjoyed this video, maybe comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye!